Gen Z is selling national defense secrets to China for weed money.
Right now, a U.S. soldier is facing charges for selling information to China. The U.S. Attorney for Middle Tennessee and the FBI call it a case of national concern. An Army sergeant stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, faces 6 federal charges.
Corbin Schultz is accused of trading national security information for cash.
Gen Z is selling national defense secrets to China for weed money. I wish that title was clickbait, but it really isn't. Guys, watch the end of the video to fully understand the reasons why Gen Z is selling national defense secrets to China for weed money and the serious implications this is going to have for our society. And now let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
Conference at the Fred Thompson U.S. Courthouse in Nashville wrapped up about an hour ago. Here are the details.
This included documents and information related to advanced fighter aircraft, advanced military helicopters, intercontinental ballistic missiles, high mobility artillery rocket systems, defensive missile systems, and Chinese military tactics.
Authorities say Schultz was paid 14 times for a total of $42,000. Authorities say he also tried to recruit others to provide more information to a co-conspirator in China. Schultz is an intelligence analyst based at Fort Campbell. Again, he's facing 6 federal charges.
Now, y'all, you might say, so how old was this guy? Well, we have that information for you. Uncle Angry has it because you know how he just loves his Gen Zers. Schultz is 24 years old. He is a U.S. Army soldier and an intelligence analyst who has now pleaded guilty to charges related to obtaining and disclosing national defense information, exporting technical data without a license, conspiracy to export defense articles without a license, and bribery of a public official. Oh, so there's bribery as well. His actions involve selling sensitive military information to a foreign national, which led to his arrest and subsequent legal proceedings. Schultz has been in the Army since November 2018. Recently, he appeared in court wearing a green jumpsuit and shackled at the ankles. And yeah, guys, so he's 24. He's a Gen Zer. And someone thought that it was a good idea to give this guy this type of security clearance where he could sell, where he would be able to access this information and could easily sell it to China. And not once, but multiple times, y'all. Multiple times, okay? I think they said it was like 4 times or something like that. So when you do the math, it actually works out to right around, because he did it for a total of $10,000. No, a total of $42,000. So it's about $10K each time, something like that. Yeah, guys, he sold us out for some weed money. He sold us out for some weed money, y'all. He sold us out for some weed money. Only $42,000. I told you very soon, guys. I predicted it. What's going to end up happening is that people are going to start saying, when Gen Z start doing these things, they're going to start going after the commanding officers. They're going to start going after the people who hired these people. If you hire a Gen Z in a major institution and the Gen Z robs you blind, they're going to start saying who hired them and who thought it was a good idea to give them this level of access and clearance. You already know that these people cannot be trusted. All right? Who did this? You're going to jail with them, or you're going to jail in their place. All right? You're a grown adult. You do better. All right? You're a general. How dare you put this person? You're a major. How dare you put these people in power? All right? How dare you give them that type of responsibility and authority? And you know that they cannot be trusted, and you still chose to do it. I'm sorry. I did listen. Sir, he's a trained defense. No, you know that they're not right. You know that they're not right. You know the vast majority of them are not even supposed to be in the military, all right? We had to pull some strings. Okay? We had to give them waivers. This guy right here, for example, he came in on a waiver. He came in on a waiver. He was never supposed to. Really, we don't even want them using firearms. Okay, he was supposed to just stand at a post, and you gave him this kind of responsibility. So we were understaffed. I don't give a damn if you were understaffed or not. You chose to give him access to military secrets, and how the hell was he able to do this multiple times without anyone knowing it? Sir, we were understaffed. Listen to me. Listen to me. We're going to punish you. We're not going to strip you from your position immediately because we're actually understaffed ourselves. All right, but we're going to cut your pension. We're going to cut your pay, and then after we can find a replacement for you, then you'll start serving your prison sentence. Guys, the military is so understaffed right now that they're saying that they need to start a new draft to draft people just to replenish the ranks of the military. All right, I mean, from 2017 through 2019, 77% of Gen Zers were not eligible to serve in the military because of mental incompetence, mental illness, obesity, or substance abuse. And in 2024, that number has to be over 90. Has to be over 90%. Has to be over 90%. Some of y'all are saying it's 100%. 91% of Gen Zers report that they are mentally ill, and 25%, almost a quarter of them, are basically have long-term serious mental illness. It's so bad that they are basically mentally disabled for life at this point. And these are the people that you are giving responsibility to. These are the people that you think that people are like they are the future. Guys, these people, look how they are aging like milk. Someone legit said in the comments that they are aging in dog years. All right. If you go back to the 1800s, the average age was 44 years old. The average life expectancy was 44 years old. That's what's going on with Gen Z right now. Okay? They will have a substantially lower life expectancy than everyone else. Like, they're going back to 1800s. 1800s life expectancy, y'all. All right? They're going back to dark ages life expectancy. Bubonic plague life expectancy. Nah. These kids are just unbelievable. And guys, it's just insane to think that he was able to do it this many times. Y'all, he sold out the country for some weed money. For some weed money, y'all. This is how bad it is right now. This is how bad things are right now. That we're getting sold out over some weed money. People need to wake up and realize that this is absolutely insane stuff. Okay? Everyone is suffering right now. Everyone's struggling to survive, and Gen Z is out here doing this type of thing. They're out here doing this type of thing. Selling out society over some weed. All right? Over some weed money. $42,000? Come on, y'all. I told y'all that Gen Z, they were never really intended to be here that long. I'm just being real with y'all. Just being real with y'all. You know, I told you many, if not most of them, would not see 30. Because, like, just look at the ways that they're living their lives. 24 years old. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Wake up and realize that nothing lasts forever, and neither will these kids. All right, forget about forever. Not even, man, bro. Not even, like those cheap. Forget about Energizer. Forget about Duracell. All right, forget about Panasonic. Forget about Panasonic. I'm not even gonna bring Panasonic in there. All right, those cheap batteries, those really, really cheap batteries that you used to buy at the dollar store, and you put them in, like, back when you were growing up, you put them in your Game Boy, and you get like an hour or two out of them, like maybe 2-3 hours at best, and then it was dead. We're talking about, like, that's Gen Z. That's Gen Z. All right? Forget it. Energizer, get the hell out of here. Gen X are like Energizer. They just keep going and going and going. All right? Duracell, maybe. I'd say the millennials are more like Panasonic. You'll do okay with them. They're not so special, and I don't think they're going to, but, they're all right. I'd say they're more like Panasonic. All right? I wouldn't call them Duracell. All right, I'd say they're more like Panasonic, but Gen Z, they're those cheap dollar store batteries, All right, you put them into your Game Boy, and play it for a little while. You're like, oh my gosh, it's playing. Oh gosh, it's out of power. They're done. I can't play it anymore. This absolutely sucks. The world is dark around us. This is a dark, dark world. It's a dark, dark world. Yeah, they're cheap. They are basically expiring like cheap dollar store batteries. These guys, the future for these kids is not bright. All right, and I told you, going forward, you're gonna see the people that put these people in positions of power, give them any real power control that they can screw things up. Can you imagine these bad muffins working as air traffic controllers? Who in their right mind would make Gen Z an air traffic controller? All right, yo, they would leave halfway through. All right, they would abandon their post in a heartbeat. And if you put them in prison, they're just gonna sleep and fart. 3 hots in a cot. All right, they're just gonna enjoy themselves. Guys, the future for Gen Z is destitution, poverty, homelessness, and a variety of other things, but it doesn't matter because the future for society is basically having to move beyond Gen Z and planning ahead to work well into retirement, and hoping that Gen Beta can be raised to take over. Gen Beta, the generation after Gen Alpha. All right? Like like y'all, for some of us, Gen Alpha are grandkids. Okay? For some of us, we're looking at the boomers are looking at their great grandkids now. We are now focusing on the great grandkids of the boomers. The great grandkids in some cases. Great grandkids of the boomers. That's the generation that we can only hope can turn things around. That we can raise right. Because if we mess up on beta, we're done. If we mess up on beta, can you imagine Gen Z? They can't do. They're done. Stick a fork in them. They're done. Gen Alpha, they will be a large prison population. I've already said that. All right. If we are going to have any chance of survival, it's going to be Gen, and it's literally not even our survival. It's the survival of society. Maybe of humanity. We're gonna have to focus on Gen Beta, raise them right. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Because I think this is sick stuff. By the way, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. What do you guys think? Gen Z is selling national defense secrets to China for weed money. Let me know your thoughts and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.